Hi, my name is Raj Tuturi. I'm a data scientist. Previously, we discussed on what is data science skills required for a data scientist. A data scientist should have skills on statistics. Second is the programming languages, or like Python, machine learning, SAS, or etc. He should be very expert in those technologies. Third is the domain knowledge. The domain which he is going to build the application is very important. For example, if we want to build a model on what is the sensors, so he should have collect the data on some the uh, census data. He should be very familiar with. Okay, now for example, we need to predict what is the expected population in 2021, for example. Then we should have the collected historical data. So the historical data says, now I'm going to say the 145 crores of population might be in 2021. So how can I achieve that 145 crores of people will be in 2021? So that I'm predicted. How can I say this figure uh, based on the historical data? The historical data says 30 crores of population in 1941 before independence. Now in 2021 it is increased to 130 crores. So it is increased 100 crores of people in during these 70 years. That means 1.5 crores per year population increased in India. So in this decade from 2011 to 2021, in this decade 10 years, I'm predicting 1.15 crores of people in this during this decade. That means per year 1.5 crores, for 10 years 15 crores. So 130 to 140 5 crores. That is, I'm expecting 145 crores of population in 2021. That is my futuristic value, I can say. So we need to put that, assumptions, or in a machine learning model. If we want to build it, we need to put that and train our model, the thought process or logic into a technically, scientifically and statistically, so that we need to build that model. So how we are going to build that machine learning model? So what are the steps involved in that, for a machine learning model to be built? So the first step is data collection. So I need to collect the data, historical data, for building a model. So there are various techniques we use for a collection of data. So either we need to collect data from database source, or we'll get it from CSV files or text files, or sometimes we need to collect the data from, internet. There are various techniques we use to collect the data from internet. Is web crawling is one of the techniques. We collect data from internet. Okay, and there are various techniques. That's a different. We'll cover that in a different session. Now, once the data collection is done, the second part is data pre-processing. So we need to cleanse the data. That means we need to put in a proper format, or proper. We need to clean and eliminate some of the unnecessary data. That means we need to put the required data in our data things. So some of the fields we don't require, we need to eliminate it. So sometimes we need to fill with null values. So that is, fill the null values with main, median, mode, or sometimes we need to fill the data with zeros, and some value we need to give. so that data has to be captured, and that is one of the feature which might be impacting or play the role in predicting the values. So that's a data pre-processing is one of the major steps we can take into consideration. And then the third is, once we data pre-process is done, we need to take the some analysis on how the data is distributed, kind of. So some visualization we do put in the maps to analyze the data. And third is we can do some feature engineering. That's a different session we can take it. So once we data pre-processing is done, the third is we need to split the data. Once we have a proper data is there, we need to split the data or with training and test data. So these two data sets we need to have for training purpose. For we need to build the model and train the model. For training a model we use training data. For testing model we use test data. So once the data is trained, we need to fit. First we need to fit the model. So what are the different algorithms we can take? The different algorithms we can take, machine learning algorithms we can take is linear regression or logistic. So it depends on the application. We can use that techniques, linear regression or logistic regression, where we can fit that models. So fitting a model is important. So let's suppose for calculating, estimating futuristic population of, I'm going to take a linear regression model. So for our model, we need to fit the model, linear regression model, and train the model with the training data. So once we train the model with the training data is done, then we need to evaluate the model. So for what is the other the cross validation techniques we can use to evaluate the model is the RMSE is root mean square error is technique is one of the cross validation. K-fold cross validation is one of the technique. Loose weight cross validation is one of the technique. Confusion matrix is one of the technique. We can cover this confusion matrix in other sessions, but for now, for our this purpose, I'm going to take RMSE, because I've taken linear regression model. So I'm going to evaluate that model with RMSE. Evaluation. Once the evaluation is done, then we need to test the data with test the model with the test data. So once we get the expected futuristic values with the testing data, so that test results will be the expected results for given by our model. So the simply putting together all the steps: first data collection, second data pre-processing, third is taking the data, split the data with training and test data, third is we need to fit the model, for fifth is we need to train the model with the training data, and once we train the model, we need to evaluate the model, and then we need to test the model. Once the testing is done, once we get the expected results, we need to deploy the model in the server, web server. So those are the simple steps in machine learning model to be built. This is a simple how we are going to build a model, machine learning model, in a step-by-step manner. Thanks for watching this video. If you like it, please like it and share it. Thank you very much.